the sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these things simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Hi guys. Before we get started, I have a little business I need to take care of. To the motherfuckers who've been following me to the grocery store and knocking on my front door and leaving packages, I have a little something for you. A 1911 .45 caliber. Keep that shit up and you'll be welcomed with this down your fucking throats. Now, I'll leave this here as a little reminder. Sorry about that, guys. Welcome to Sophie's Web, vlog episode number 3. Where Sophie first meets Pastor David, a cannibalistic serial killer, while looking for an emotional support group on a Craigslist ad. In this scene, you'll find Sophie, Pastor David, and AJ, the head pastor's secretary, sharing with each other their very first memories of playing the victims in their lives. Here's the clip.
God, I hated the Boy Scouts. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country. They had me saying that shit from age 10. They think I'm gonna know how I feel about God, about my country at age fucking 10? What kind of group does that? I was so low.
It's just me and my mommy. And now here comes this guy. It's actually pretty ingenious. Figured out how to hold on to my shit and use it like Play-Doh. Put it in his shoes. Never do.
I was gonna die anyway. And if I didn't protect myself, I probably would by the hands of this faggot. I'm so fucking tired of it. Stay in my fucking room! Leave me the fuck alone! Go jack off somewhere!
Guys, I haven't had a chance to completely finish shooting the scene. After the support group, Pastor David develops a fondness for Sophie and an appetite for AJ. So he invites them to coffee and drugs them. In this next clip, you'll see Sophie and AJ in the sanctuary, drugged and tied up.
I'm just doing
what I think I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do.
Again, guys, I didn't get a chance to finish shooting this, but Pastor David ends up killing AJ and returning Sophie back home drugged up and laying her in her bed. The next morning, Sophie recalls what happened the day before and decides to go after Pastor David. Which brings us to our next scene. Sophie calls in a favor from a dick by the name of Johnny from her days on the force. She convinces him to surveil Pastor David. Johnny goes undercover as an entitled mama's boy and ends up becoming the victim of Pastor David. Now guys, I was just having fun with this, okay? So, in order to appear more intelligent, I decided to use an English narrator. I know, it's cheesy, but we didn't stick with it. I still would like to know what you think about it.
Sophie often persuaded people who owed her a favour to do her dirty work. One of those people was Johnny Hudson, a police detective. I found 2 tapes pertaining to Detective Hudson. Much of tape number 1 was damaged. However, a short clip of the soundtrack was audible.
Before I met Johnny, I assumed that Pastor David was now following me at all times. So, I put some eyes and ears on me. A bunch of cops posing as breakdancers. I've always been a very clever person. Johnny was an opportunistic punk cop without a conscience. He was the perfect pawn. With a little persuasion, I would convince him to infiltrate David's support group and investigate. Thanks for coming out here to meet me. It's one of my favorite spots.
Yeah, it's nice. So, when we spoke on the phone, you talked about Johnny.
It's Johnny Hudson, like the river.
What's his association with you?
He owed me a favor.
You're not even a cop anymore.
That's irrelevant. I saved your ass.
Favor. What did you do for him?
It's not what I did for him. It's what I did to him.
I don't understand.
Cops don't do favors for cops. Cops set each other up in order to force favors.
For instance?
In Johnny's case, he wanted to become a detective. Get off the streets. I made that happen.
How did you make that happen?
It started like this. I sold a gun to a stick-up kid who was planning to hit a liquor store. I fed the bus to Johnny. Johnny follows a hunch, arrests the stick-up kid, and recovers the gun. Real knight in shining armor, right? He immediately gets promoted to detective. Here's the thing. He doesn't know that I stole the gun from the evidence room.
Shaved off the serial number and gave it to you so you could plant it at the robbery.
You're fucking sick.
If that gun were tested, Johnny do hard time. He'd spend the rest of his days as a disgraced cop. Once I shared that with him, he was ready to do me a favor.
Ah, so blackmail.
Yeah, I guess you'd call it that. I call it insurance.
Why did you want Johnny to go undercover?
He was one of my chess pieces. I put him in front of me. If I made a bad move, he'd die. Not me.
I mean, I put a lot of thought and effort into this.
So that's how you see people, as chess pieces?
Not how I see people. People work hard to live good. Cops aren't people. They're make-believe angels, hiding behind the devil.
So, what piece are you on the chessboard, Sophie?
I'll answer that first by telling you what piece you are. Shit. You're a piece of shit. And I'm the queen.
So who's the king?
When we all like to know.
All right, guys, that's it for Sophie's Web Vlog episode number 3. Until next time.